Hello, my name is Sebbi, and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, January 27th, 2016, and last time I forgot to announce and discuss some space news. A couple of days ago, scientists announced some evidence for the potential existence of another planet in our solar system. That's cool, that's really cool. The scientists came to the assumption that there might be another planet by observing some objects in the Kuiper belt, and by observing those Kuiper belt objects, they saw that some of those objects behave as if they would be influenced by a much larger body, and so they came to the assumption that there might be another planet in our solar system, and this is cool, this is really cool. And well, the planet is, well, at least 10 times as massive as our Earth, and this planet is more than 200 AU away from the Sun. To put this in perspective, the Earth is 1 AU away from the Sun, so yeah, this planet is really far away from the Sun, and well, right now it's just the assumption that there might be a planet, because no one has ever seen this planet, and now we can start to point our telescopes in the direction of this potential planet and try to see the thing, but yeah, until we have seen the thing, it's just the assumption that there might be something, and all of this is just based on the orbit or the behavior of some Kuiper belt objects, and in this case, yeah, that's fantastic, that's really cool, but well, some news sites and some newspapers and all the people that created some headlines were a little bit too ambitious, because yeah, I read some interesting headlines like "Scientists found new planet" or so, and no, that's wrong, that's really wrong. They just found some evidence for the potential existence of another planet, but yeah, as I said, at first we have to see the thing to really yeah, say that, well, there is another planet in our solar system, and yeah, that's fantastic, that's really cool. But it's all the time interesting when something like this, dang it, something like this happens, and the news are going crazy right away and say, okay, scientists found out that this or that happened, and no, this is completely wrong, and this is all the time very funny, and but yeah, that's the way how, dang it, how science works. Well, it's not the way how science works, but it's the way how science is perceived often. And well, nevertheless, that's fantastic, that's really fantastic. And yeah, what else? Then I do have some, yeah, sad news for you, as Henry Worsley is dead. You probably have never heard of Henry Worsley. Well, he was on a solo attempt to cross the Antarctic continent, and wow, that's crazy, that's really cool. Personally, I'm really fascinated by by Antarctica, and I really would like to visit Antarctica in my life, and I really would like to explore Antarctica, and it's really a dream of mine to, yeah, stay there for a whole year and to experience the polar night, and yeah, to just spend a year maybe in a research station down there or so. This would be really fantastic, and so yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how I can realize this dream. And well, yeah, on his attempt to on his solo attempt to cross the Antarctic continent, Henry Worsley unfortunately died, and well, he tried to follow the steps of Sir Ernest Shackleton. Sir Ernest Shackleton tried to cross the Antarctic continent 100 years ago. So he was on the Imperial Trans-Antarctic Expedition from 1914 to 1917, And well, his expedition failed as well. He never really started to cross the Antarctic continent, as he, well, approached Antarctica. His ship got stuck in the ice, and yeah, later on his ship was crushed by the ice, and then the fight for survival began. And well, the whole expedition, the whole Imperial Trans-Antarctic expedition is really an interesting story. And well, it's really interesting to read about this and to learn more about this. So I will put a link to the Wikipedia article into the video description, because I don't want to talk about all the details of this expedition right now. But yeah, feel free to look up some additional information. It's really interesting and really impressive, and it's a great example for endurance and for, well, for the will to survive and to try to stay alive. And that's really fantastic, and it's really a great story. And so yeah, Henry Worsley tried to cross the Antarctic continent on the route Ernest Shackleton wanted to use in order to cross the Antarctic continent. And yeah, Henry Worsley was, let me just see, 71 days into his expedition, into his journey through the Antarctic continent, and he has already walked 913 miles. That's crazy. In 71 days, he walked 913 miles, and he was only 30 miles away from the finish line. And, well, at this point, he realized, well, I can't go any further, and so he called for help because he was suffering from exhaustion, from dehydration, and he had even an inflammation caused by some bacteria. And yeah, so this, what is this called? Bacterial peritonitis. I'm not quite sure. I'm not good at those medical terms. So yeah, maybe somewhere in Wikipedia or somewhere else there's an article about this illness or this inflammation. So yeah, but I haven't looked it up. Maybe I should have done this in preparation for this episode, but oh well, that's my way. I just jump into the situation and I improvise as I go and try to somehow survive this. But yeah, no, you can look things up if you like. And yeah, that's really sad. And so he died due to the exhaustion, due to dehydration, and that's really sad. And yeah, as I said, I'm really into the whole. Oh, this is wrong. This is the right thing. Well, I could have also used my other thing. I could have also used my normal crafting slots, but oh well. Do I like to smelt something else? Well, I have some smooth stone and I still have some sand to be smart. Yeah, I think I will cook the sand to get some more glass. This is a good idea. So here we go. And maybe I need to grab 2 fresh buckets of lava today. And yeah, where was I? So yeah, he was only 30 miles away from finishing this journey and achieving the first solo crossing of the Antarctic continent, and that's really fantastic. So the idea was that he had all the things he needed, so food, the tent, and all other supplies on his sled. He was dragging after him, and he was dragging across the Antarctic continent, and he had not the attention to get some supplies by a helicopter or anything like this, so that he gets some supplies during his journey. No. He started, and without getting any help, he wanted to cross the Antarctic continent, and well, unfortunately, he died. But yeah, I think this is still a great accomplishment. Surviving for 71 days in this harsh environment, and to to walk for more than 900 miles. Oh, that's fantastic. That's really fantastic. And yeah, as I said, seeing Antarctica is really, really a great, or probably one of my biggest dreams. And I really like to get there. And I think, yeah, such a goal, crossing or walking through the Antarctic continent, is really a thing that it's worth for, yeah, training and to suffer all the pain and other things while you're training. And yeah, I really would like to do something like this at some point. But well, except for the dying part, I really would like to return from this journey and maybe create some amazing YouTube vlog videos, and yeah, do a whole vlog thingy my bob of the whole journey, as I did from my journey to Iceland or so that after I'm back from this journey, I can upload a ton of videos to YouTube and entertain you. And yeah, this would be better. I don't want to die on this journey, but yeah, in general, doing something like this would be really a dream. And yeah, so much about this. Just look up Henry Worsley, just look up Sir Ernest Shackleton and the Imperial Trans-Antarctic Expedition. It's really amazing stuff. It's really exciting and interesting, and it's yeah, so fantastic. And especially when I think back to the times, I mean, 100 years ago, they never the technology was not the technology we have today, so they haven't had those fantastic survival and outdoor clothes that protect you and that help you to stay warm and stay dry. And yeah, so today we have so much more and better items and better equipment. And still, it's very dangerous to try something like this. And when I then see what those guys have accomplished 100 years ago with just today we would say some bad equipment, some really worse equipment, and that's fantastic. And I'm also so amazed by the whole discovery and reaching the South Pole situation and the race to the South Pole by do I like to remove this to really have a great look at? I need to climb up there and take a look at this. By Amundsen. I mean, Amundsen is also a really great. Yeah, I could remove this layer to see a little bit more of the sky. This would be fantastic. Cloud, would you mind to step away? Dang it, so much about this dirt block. Okay, I can remove this and this and this. All right, and this and this. Yeah, fantastic. And yeah, so even the whole race to the dang it, I'm out of glass blocks. And yeah, even the whole race to the South Pole was fantastic. And when I think about, okay, they had basically nothing compared to what we have today, and no GPS, no clothes, no dried food, no high energy food, and so on. So yeah, it's just fantastic. And I think those were really the heroes, and that's fantastic. So I'm really amazed by this. And yeah, speaking of ice, as I can take those things with me back to the storage room. I can leave this here, and okay, I can leave the bones here because I really like to get back to the storage room, grab a few items. And okay, I have some more glass. This is fantastic. How are you doing? You are still on a good way to cook the sand. That's right. That's great. I can throw in. Okay. Yeah, last time I said, or unfortunately, the cold snap is coming to an end, and indeed now we have temperatures around 2 to 6 centigrade. Well, that's really a strong contrast, because last week we had temperatures around minus 10 centigrade, and now suddenly up to 2 centigrade within a day or so. That's crazy. That's really crazy. And so the snow started to melt, but due to the 1 week long cold snap, the ground and the soil is still frozen, and so the snow is not melting away so rapidly. And in this case, I think this could be now really interesting to look out of this window. I hope the cloud is moving away so that we can enjoy this fantastic view. I really like it when I can look up to into the sky and can see the stars and so on. I think, yeah, this room is really bright, and the same thing is for the other room. And I think at some point I like to transform one of those rooms into some kind of greenhouse. I really like to grow some things, how they're called, some wheat in here, and I think this could be really a cool project to have some kind of greenhouse. And maybe I will use, well, from this room I can see the sunset, but yeah, then we have this fantastic vista. That's amazing. And from this room I can see this fantastic vista. So I'm not quite sure which room I like to transform into some greenhouse. But yeah, so the ground is still frozen, and in this case it's not that the snow is melting away that first. And yesterday morning I was on my usual run. I was running, and well, it was really slippery. It was almost like well, running a dirt rally stage in the winter, so in Monaco or so, where you have ice patches and all that fun stuff. It was really slippery, because sometimes the ice was covered by a thin layer of water, and that's really slippery. And I'm happy that I survived my run unharmed. It was nice to be running, but it wasn't as great as running in the real winter time. Oh, that's a great panorama. I like it. That's fantastic. And yeah, it was not as great as running in the winter time, but nevertheless, it was nice that there was still some snow around in the forest. And yeah, I also got some wet feet, because at some point, I'm not quite sure what is going on at this part in the forest, but this part is all the time so wet. I'm not quite sure if there is maybe some kind of underground stream or so. I don't know, but this part is all the time wet, and it's almost like a swamp and so on. And this part already started to melt, and the first time, well, during the first lap through the forest, I, well, stepped into a deep and cold puddle of water, of iced water. And as running shoes aren't waterproof, well, this was a refreshing experience. This was indeed a refreshing experience. And well, this looks interesting. This looks really interesting to see this glassed part of the mountain. That's cool. I like it. And maybe at some point I have to do something with this overhang over here. Maybe it could be cool to really, I'm not quite sure. Maybe to be able to look down, so that I have something like the floor is made out of glass or so. I'm not quite sure, but this could be also a cool project. So yeah, I'm really happy, and I'm also thankful I got a suggestion on the last coffee break that I could use some dyed glass, and I think at some point I like to do this right now. I'm just excavating the rooms. I just try to get the general shape of my mountain home. I just like to excavate the rooms and come up with the initial design, and from there I like to, well, then I like to start to work on the interior design. And so far, this side of the mountain looks really interesting, with a balcony over here, those large glass walls, this part up there, that's cool. And the other side of the mountain was also cool, because I have also a glass wall over there. And this side is also interesting with this huge part over there. Maybe I... It would... I'm not quite sure now. I don't think that we can see the elevator. It would be cool if I would have the elevator over there, so that while I'm ascending, I can enjoy this fantastic vista in this direction. No. Unfortunately, the elevator is directly in the center of the mountain, so that's not going to work. But yeah, this side of the mountain home is interesting. And what about this side? Wait, I can use some water. Woohoo! Okay. This is not as exciting as I hoped it would be, but alright. And how does this side look? Yeah, do I want to say something else? I'm stuck. Well, this is probably a good point to raise once again, or to announce my usual announcement. Yeah, this part of the mountain looks interesting, but I think it could be really cool if I would have some windows out here or so. I need to find a way how I can get in here and then build some windows out here. I think this could be fantastic. But yeah, the mountain already looks interesting, especially with the waterfalls and so on. So that's cool. That's really cool. And now I think I have already the buckets on me, so I can now grab my horse and where's the sun? The sun is okay. Okay, maybe I will return, or maybe I will ride over to my storage room in the next episode, because no, I don't think that I can make it back home before sunset. Or can I? No, I don't think so. So we can enjoy the sunset. And oh yeah, my usual thing. The coffee break is also a thing where you can ask me questions, because yeah, I really like to make it a little bit more an interactive series. It's not only about building and crafting things in Minecraft. It's also about, yeah, as usual, I'm talking about things, or normally I'm talking about things going on in my life, or that really impress me, or I like to mention and discuss. And but yeah, I also like to use the coffee break to, well, bring me closer to you. So if you have a question about me, about who is Sebbi, what is Sebbi doing, or what Sebbi should discuss, or if you just like to get an opinion on something, then just ask a question or write a comment to the comment section, and I will try my very best to answer that question or to discuss the thing. Sometimes I'm not able to really provide you with a good feedback or with a good answer, because I have no idea about this, but still I will try my very best to come up with a good answer, with a good explanation or so. And yeah, feel free to add a comment if you like to ask something or have something discussed. And yeah, I will then try my very best to do this. And yeah, so much about this. I think this wraps up this episode of the coffee break in Minecraft. I hope you had some fun, and I hope you will be joining me on Sunday when the journey continues. Zombie noises. When the journey continues. And I'm not quite sure. I hope I can go to bed. And yeah, in this case, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!